Howdy with YouTube, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome, clap it up. Make sure you take a second to stop, hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell, subscribe to my channel, come back for more, get notifications, all that good jazz, because you want to be here. Everybody wants to be here. Everybody loves Raymond. That's just what it is. In today's video, I want to address a couple of questions that I get on a frequent basis about my perception of Chamberlain University. I get asked about whether or not I recommend Chamberlain as a nursing school. That's the word that is always being used.
Hey Mel, do you recommend Chamberlain for nursing school? Is Chamberlain a good nursing school that you would recommend to your trusted loved ones?
So on and so forth. So in today's video, I'm going to give you 5 whole reasons why you should not, absolutely not, attend Chamberlain. If you're on the fence about applying and you're really trying to decide, make sure you watch this entire video, because if you fall in one of these 5 categories, honey, don't do it. Number 1 is if you are fresh out of high school. If you are fresh out of high school and you require pre-nursing classes, don't go to Chamberlain. Going to Chamberlain fresh out of high school means theoretically you could get your BSN in 3 years, but in reality it means you're going to throw away $100,000 to get your BSN degree that you could get for $5,000 at other schools, or 10 to 20, affordable. You can get it affordable at other schools. So whenever I get someone who is in their last year of high school or just came out of high school and took a gap year off, in my DMs asking me these questions about if they should attend, I literally always say no. You would be better suited spending your first year or 2 going to a community college or any other school that's not private and for profit, getting your pre-nursing courses in, so that's your anatomies, your microbiology, your psychologies, all your general education requirements, English comp, English advanced writing, all of those things. Make sure you get them in before you go to Chamberlain. Otherwise, you are literally throwing away money for no reason, and I don't support that. Be smart about your money. Make sure you look at the curriculum grid and pick out all of the classes that do not have NR in front of them, because those are all the classes that you would be able to transfer in without problem. And then any classes with NR, as long as it doesn't have a nursing component, you could also take that at a different school also and transfer that in as well. Do your research and make sure you find out what's the best route for you. But yes, if you're straight out of high school, don't just jump into Chamberlain. Like, there's so many better options. Reason number 2. Reason number 2 is if you think that Chamberlain is a fast track or an easy way to get your BSN, do not go to Chamberlain. What do y'all think this is? Like, it's a difficult school. It's a nursing school. I don't think I've come across any nursing school anywhere that's easy. Like, the word easy in nursing school just doesn't belong in the same paragraph, the same sentence. All nursing schools are difficult. That being said, if you think this is an easy way to get your BSN, if you think this is just like a fast track, or you can go to Chamberlain and then start slacking off, or you think that you can take shortcuts around things like use Quizlet for everything, or not put in the actual work to get your assignments done, you're just kind of copying off your classmates and stuff, don't come to Chamberlain, because you will fail. And then you will be salty once you are 50K in debt with no degree to show for it. And you don't want to be that person. That happens to a lot of people. And I'm not speaking to the people who are kicked out because maybe they failed a class and they tried their best. I'm not talking to you guys. My heart goes out to you guys. I wish there was better opportunity for them to kind of guide and work with students who are struggling. But at the end of the day, if you fail and you're dismissed, that's just the end for this school and you. Appeals rarely result in an overturning of a decision. So yeah. So if you think that this is gonna be an easy way, it's not. It's not easy at all. And in fact, it's very stressful, and it takes up just as much time as any other nursing school. You spend all your day studying, you miss out on social events. Nursing school is nursing school is nursing school. Number 3. If you are sensitive to the quality of professors that you have, do not go to Chamberlain. One thing I will tell you is that the quality of professors at Chamberlain is very much hit or miss. There's no other way I could describe it. I think that I have been fortunate in that the majority of my professors so far have been pretty okay. I'm also a very self-sufficient person, so even if my professor is not teaching me anything, I will teach myself. And even when the professors do teach me things, I still have to go afterwards and teach myself because, well, maybe I'm actually slow. I don't know. Maybe I'm actually slow because I will hear things in class, but I won't really process it until after class when I've had time to sit and let it marinate. You know what I mean? You know how when you're making like oxtail or some curry chicken or something, and if you just put the seasoning on right away, it's like, okay, well, the seasoning's in place, but it doesn't hit unless you let it sit in them juices overnight, and then the next day you cook it. That's how it is with the education. You gotta let that information marinate in your brain. So for me, the professor thing is not as important, but I do know some people who have stated that they get very bored in class and they're not able to pay attention if the professor's not lively. There's some professors here who will make you wonder why you didn't decide to apply to be a professor, because you clearly don't need no certification. Anybody out here freeballing as a professor, that's how you feel sometimes, because you probably will likely have not so great professors most of the time. The biggest part of this is that you have no say in who your professor is. So once you sign up for your classes, which are already pre-scheduled for you, you have your whole academic plan the first day you start school. Once you sign up for your classes, it doesn't have a professor listed on the class sheet. So I guess their purpose here is to prevent students from saying, oh, Professor D is the best teacher, I'm gonna get in her class. I guess that's what they're trying to avoid, but that's crappy because some students really do have particular learning styles that some professors are able to meet and others are not. So it would be nice if you were able to say, okay, all right, Professor D, that's my girl. I'm gonna sign up for her class because I know I will get the material and be able to pass that part of the NCLEX. But instead, what they do is give you Professor A and then tell you you have 24 hours to file an appeal if you would like to change a professor, and likely they'll tell you there's no space, so you can't change. And it's a mess. So you're stuck with Professor A, and that's that. So long story short, if you need quality professors all of the time and you're sensitive to that in terms of how you're able to learn material, Chamberlain might not be the school for you. Reason number 4 why you should not go to Chamberlain, and it kind of goes hand in hand with reason number 1. If you are not financially savvy, don't come to Chamberlain. Chamberlain is a very expensive school. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me say this, but it really is true. I don't want you to be a student who starts at Chamberlain without a financial plan as to how you are going to pay for the entirety of the program and get to your last 2 classes and realize I gotta pay $5,000 every 8 weeks. Damn, how am I gonna do that? I'm not working. I don't have good credit for a loan. I don't have someone to co-sign for a loan. I don't have any more financial aid. How is this gonna work? You need to sit down on your first day of class, before your first day, before you sign any contracts, and figure out financially how you will be able to afford Chamberlain, because the school is not cheap and they are stingy with funds. They will not offer you scholarships, they will not offer you grants, they will not offer you financial assistance of any kind. I know one person who was 2 sessions before his graduation, and he could not pay because he had to pay for a funeral for one due to COVID, but then also lost his job due to COVID. Chamberlain did not supplement anything for him. They didn't give him time. They didn't even allow him to use a payment plan. There was nothing. You take care of that from the beginning. Don't say I'm gonna just take it as it goes and we'll figure it. No, you will not figure it out. Make sure you figure it out beforehand so that you're not stressing about that while you're in school, because stressing about money in school's already stressful enough. You don't want to add in that extra layer of responsibility to figure that stuff out. Figure it out beforehand and just follow through while you're in school. If you are someone who had to take out a loan, like I took out a loan, you want to make sure you're using that loan appropriately. Paying for school only. You're not using it to go party, you're not using it to go on a trip to Ibiza, you're not using it on anything else. You might even get a little refund check, use that right back into your school. You're not trying to tack on to debt. There's a lot of people who think a refund check is free money. It is not. It is a money that you took out as a loan. It is growing interest and it is going against your name. It is on your credit score. So when you take out a loan, make sure you are thinking about it smartly. You're taking them out the minimum amount that you need to be able to get through your program and going on about your business. And I know there are some people who have reached out and said, well, if I'm going straight out of high school, then I'll have all of my FAFSA to use to cover the expenses. Well, I'm here today to let you know that even if you have all of your FAFSA available, it will not cover the entire cost of Chamberlain. It won't. And number 5, last but not least, if you lack substantial time management and discipline, do not go to Chamberlain. I'm not saying that you're not supposed to be a nurse or you should never go to nursing school. However, you definitely should take a month or 2 or 6 to develop that skill of time management, of discipline, of organization. These are key skills that you need to be able to succeed, especially in a program like Chamberlain where things change kind of on a whim sometimes. And so if you're not someone who is a go-getter or who is super proactive, it's gonna be a struggle for you. And at the end of the day, I don't want nobody wasting money. That's what I keep coming back to, because I'm serious. I don't want nobody wasting money. And if you start this program with not the proper mind frame, you are likely to fall off. And then that could result in you being dismissed. And again, losing money. We're not trying to lose no money, okay? Some of these points kind of mirror points that I mentioned in another video in the past, but I just thought I would update and do this video again for 2021 based on the new messages I'm getting. I guess there's a lot of students who started at Chamberlain January 2021, so over Christmas break you guys were kind of freaking out about it. Then I also have a couple of people who are applying for May 2021. And so if you are still on the fence about whether or not you should apply in May, please take a second to digest all the words that I have said in this video. And if any of them apply to you, if more than one applies to you, there are other schools. So all in all, do I recommend Chamberlain? I genuinely don't have an answer for that. It really is dependent on someone's individual situation. Honestly, I should do a part 2 to this video and give you 5 reasons why I would recommend Chamberlain, because if you have a situation where you're an older adult and you need a school with more flexible part-time type hours, you know, Chamberlain, I'm gonna do a part 2. That's all I got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you agree with any of my points, make sure you comment down below and let me know that I'm not out here just talking for no reason, okay? All right, I'll see you in my next video. Look more.